All right, I'm still showing we have people. We have Liz on here who works with us. I think we might have one or two other of our reps, and we are going to they're going to be going through helping answer anything in the chat. So any questions you guys have, I'll help with the chat, and so will she, and anybody else that's on our team will be helping. So we're going to cover 7 strategies to get higher quality leads and increase your show rates. So anybody that's done any type of Facebook marketing in the past, this is an issue, right? It's not having, okay, let's say you're getting leads, but then they don't show up, or the ones that do show up, they're not necessarily the highest quality people. They're not your ideal demographic. So after managing over $6 million in paid ads for chiropractors just like you, which some of you guys on here are already clients, some are not, we're still going to show you exactly what we're doing, what we do to get our clients the best possible results. So like literally these are the things that we're doing day in, day out to help increase the quality of the leads. So Brady, go ahead and go to the next slide. So who are we and why should you listen to us? I'm actually the founder of Chiro Candy Marketing. It's a multi-million-dollar ad agency just for chiropractors. We're not doing ads for, for real estate or mortgages or lawn care companies or anything like that. We are under this chiropractic umbrella. Now, in that, we do have regenerative. Oh, I can't even say that word right. I'm trying to pay attention to who's in the people that are trying to come on. I'm trying to let them in as I'm doing this. But we have clients that are doing stem cell, PRP injections, functional medicine, things like that. But it's all under that natural healthcare umbrella, if you will. Brady and I recently wrote Tribe of Patients, which is a fantastic book. If you haven't got a copy of this book, you can go to tribeofpatients.com and pick up a free copy. It's really, really good, but it's going to be that book covers some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about in this webinar. I used to work in office for a chiropractor, and we had multiple locations, and I was the marketer. I was the one doing everything out in the community. I did our in-office workshops. I did workshops out in the community. Then I started doing our day ones and our day twos, but I really just fell in love with the profession. I have spoke at chiropractic events all over the US. I've also spoke to groups of doctors, chiropractors in London and in Paris, 3-time Two Comma Club award winner. This just means we're really good at what we do. So we'll skip the rest of this.
Yep. And then worked with hundreds of chiropractors. There's just full of our testimonial videos that you can check out on our website if you want. We've got an awesome team of people, a handful of them that are on this webinar. And so that being said, our mission is to help chiropractors and other healthcare professionals spread their message and generate high quality new patients. And so for those of you that don't know me, Brady, I'm proud to be Billy's oldest son, as well as the executive director here at Chiro Candy. And so before we even jump into these 7 strategies, I do want to preface something whenever it comes to lead generation. So that is quality versus quantity, okay? And so whenever you're getting leads for your office, whether it's just chiropractic or you're doing some of these different type you always want to pay attention to how is your quality of lead, as well as how many leads are you getting? What's the quantity of those leads? And so this webinar, what we're going to be going over are strategies that might lower the amount of leads you're going to get. Like that's just what happens, to where if you're getting higher quality leads, you're probably not getting as many leads, but that's okay because you don't want those tire kickers anyways, right? Comment down in the chat if you were tired of tons of leads that are tire kickers. They don't really want your care. They just wanted that offer, right? Like that's what we want to avoid. And that's what we're going over in this webinar. And so you want to keep in mind that if you're getting higher quality leads, then you're going to be getting a lot lower quantity. But that being said, your conversion rate is going to be a lot higher, right? Meaning if you get, 30 leads in a month, but they're really, really high quality, and let's say you convert 20 of them into care, that's awesome. That's a great conversion rate. Whereas before, if you got 30 leads, or maybe you got 50 leads, but you only converted 10 of them, right? And so you always want to watch your quality versus your quantity. And I would much rather have one of our clients come to me and say, Brady, I'm getting tons of leads. It's just low quality, because it's a lot easier to fix quality of lead issues than quantity of leads. Where if you came to me and said, Brady, I'm not getting any leads at all, well, that means that there might be a deeper issue, and we're going to go into some of that here, but it means your audience isn't resonating with your offer, and so there's a lot more that we have to do there. So no, this is not the same presentation as last time. Last time we went over your marketing plan. This time we're actually going over 7 strategies to get higher quality leads and increase your show rates. So I'm going to go and close out the chat. And for those of you that know me, I am a fast talker. And so if I'm going too fast, Dad, feel free to interrupt me. If there's questions in the chat, feel free to interrupt me. And yeah, so let's go and jump in. So the 7 strategies, they are knowing your audience, right? And so is this like video retargeting? Are you targeting people that have higher incomes? Is this just the cold audience? The second strategy is about your offer, how to fix your offer to make sure your offer is actually resonating with part 1 with your audience. You want to make sure your offer resonates with your audience. And then number 3 is how you can actually raise the barrier to entry to pre-qualify your leads. And so this is really cool. We do this on a lot of our accounts. It's a great way to get less leads, but a lot higher quality leads. And then number 4 are some hacks whenever it comes to following up with your leads that are going to dramatically help you guys. And so follow-up hacks, number 4. And then number 5 is to actually get leads that are looking for a chiropractor. Number 6 is how to get leads to prepay online, right? How many of you guys would love if all of your leads would prepay for their appointment online? You would probably have like a 0.1% no-show rate, right? Awesome. And then number 7 is this new secret lead generation tool. And we've implemented this in our company within the past 2 weeks, and it's been game changer. Like, we haven't even really announced this to our clients yet. This is the first we're gonna push this out to you guys and tell you how you can implement it. But like number 7 is probably one of my favorite things that we're gonna be going over. So
I was going to say that too. Yes, number 7 is we can almost do this whole webinar just on number 7 and tips and tricks on how to use it. But that's definitely you're going to get a bunch of great tips and strategies that we're going to cover. But number 7 is huge, and it's this is definitely going to increase everyone's ROI when it comes to marketing.
Yeah, and so something you do want to keep in mind is don't leave this webinar and then try to implement every single one of these things, right? The thing is, you might just need to make 1 or 2 changes from this presentation to dramatically increase your show rate and your conversion rate from your leads and getting higher quality leads. These are just different ideas and things to keep in mind. And they're not in any particular order other than like number 7's, we save the best for last. So let's go ahead and jump into number 1. Is knowing your audience, right? So when you run Facebook ads, you're targeting people that probably live in like a 5 to 10 mile radius of your office. In most chiropractic marketing agencies, whenever they set up your Facebook ads, they set it up to where it's like, all right, this is men and women that are over the age of 30 within like a 10-mile radius. They might do some like income barriers to make sure you're targeting a higher income area. But not many of them do a lot of retargeting. And so this is what we do a lot of, and it's awesome. And we're going to get into more of that later. But it is important to know your audience, right? Like, that's who's signing up for the ads, who's actually seeing your ads. And so a cold audience, like I said, this is what most chiropractors do when they set up a Facebook ad. This is just someone that's like between the ages of maybe 30 and 55 within a 10-mile radius of your office. Now, most of these leads that come in from a cold audience, they want your offer, right? They don't want you. They don't want the doctor. They want the offer and not the doctor. And here in a minute, we're going to talk about things, how you can switch that to where they want you. They want the doctor and not just your offer. Now, with your cold audience, a lot of the times you can get a really low cost per lead doing cold audience ads, okay? But that being said, the quality of lead is also going to be really low because these are people, like I said, that just want your offer and not the doctor. So some detailed targeting things that you can do. So this is actually a screenshot from Facebook Ads Manager. And it's actually really easy to target high income zip codes. Now, 3 or 4 years ago, Facebook knew way too much information about their users, and you could target people individually based on their income. Do you guys remember back, I think it was like 2016 or 2017, like Mark Zuckerberg sat in front of Congress and they were hammering him about data privacy issues. Well, a lot of that had to do because these big companies like Equifax and people that knew your income they were selling that data to Facebook, and then Facebook was selling that data to us, and we would be able to target people based on their income. But now you can't do that. But what you can do is target higher income areas, zip codes. And this is great because, hey, you know that these people, they ain't broke, right? Or at least they're living in an area that's not considered broke, right? And then you can also target people that went to college. Now, I did go to college, and I will tell you, and I'm sure, I hope the chiropractors on here also went to college, but it's not for everyone. And obviously that doesn't determine your income level. Like my dad, Billy Sticker, did not go to college. And so, but statistically, I think it's safe to assume people that have a college degree, they're more likely to have a job that gets them income. And so even if they don't live in that high income area zip code, there's a good chance that they're at least going to be able to afford your care. And so when you do this, it is going to raise your cost per lead. Like you need to keep that in mind. Actually, most of the things in this presentation are going to raise your cost per lead. But that being said, your quality of lead when you do this is going to be a lot higher. So let's move on to retargeting. Guys, this is a game changer. If you don't do any kind of retargeting with your ads, then you are leaving so much money on the table, right? So retargeting, all that is, it just means what it sounds like, targeting again. So if you do any educational videos like we teach, you can retarget people that watch your videos. So that means you could put out a video that talks about headaches, and then you can take an ad with an offer on it and show it to people that watched your video on headaches, right? That's going to lead to a higher quality of lead because the people that are signing up, they know you. We know that they know you because they've watched your videos, right? You can also retarget website traffic, okay? This is very important. If someone goes to your website, there's a good chance that they're going to other chiropractors' websites too. A quick story, like I told you guys, my wife is pregnant, and back when we first found out that she was pregnant, obviously we were going to a chiropractor, but he didn't specialize in prenatal care. And so he actually recommended that we find someone that does, that would be best for her. And obviously working in the industry that we do, we kind of knew that. And so we did some research looking for prenatal chiropractors in our area. And I probably went to 6 or 7 different chiropractors' websites and filled out their form online. Now, granted, this was like a Friday afternoon. It wasn't late or night or anything, but it was still within business hours on a Friday. And do you guys know, out of the 6 or 7 websites that I went to that I filled out things online, do you know how many responded within that first day? 1. Only 1 person responded to the form that I filled out on their website. And you guys know what chiropractor we went to? The first person that reached out to us. And so this is why retargeting is so important, is whenever someone's looking for a chiropractor, they're probably going to go to whoever can touch base and get an appointment scheduled with them first. So when you retarget your website traffic, everyone that goes to your website, now when they go to Facebook and Instagram, they're going to see your ads. And so if every time they turn around on Facebook, they see your testimonial videos, they see your educational videos, they see your ads with a call to action to schedule an appointment in your office, you are going to get that, you're going to win that battle between who's going to get that patient, between you and the guy down the street. So that's why it's really important to retarget your website traffic. Okay, and so you do that with a Facebook tracking pixel. If you're a Chiro Candy client and you don't know if you have that set up, reach out to your account rep here at Chiro Candy, and we'll help make sure you have that set up on your website. Now you can also retarget things like page engagement. These people that like, comment on your page. And then that being said, all of retargeting retargeting leads are actually going to be very, very low cost per lead, because all the people that you're showing ads to, they know, there's a good chance that they already know you, right? There's a good chance they already know, like, and trust you. They're already familiar with you. They see you as an authority figure. So you're going to get a low cost per lead and a high quality of lead. So like retargeting leads are honestly top notch. They're basically referral quality leads. And so that's what we all want, right? So it is very, very important to do retargeting. And that's why we always teach doing videos. Now, if you are familiar with Chiro Candy or you're a client, you are probably tired of us talking about this because we talk about it so much, because that's how important it is. But this here is our perfect patient tribe turbine. And this is just the strategy that we've developed that goes over how to make video content and then retarget the people that watch your videos and get them into your office. So if we walk through this, basically, if you sign up with Chiro Candy, we get you onboarded. We give you training on making videos. We give your team training on following up with leads and using the Chiro Candy app. And then from there, we'll have an initial offer. And this initial offer is just what it sounds like. It's kind of like the cold audience ad. It's just to people in your area. And now we might have some income targeting, but sometimes we don't even set that up because we don't want to get everything started and have a super high cost per lead. And so a lot of the times we just do this as needed. So from there, as you go through our training, you'll start to make some educational videos where you educate people on what it is you do in your office. Because think of everyone that drives by your clinic every day, they don't know what you do. They think chiropractors, oh yeah, they help people with back pain, right? But obviously we know it's so much more than that. So these educational videos, like, that's your opportunity to educate them on what it is you do. Because think, these so many people in your community, they want to be living this healthy lifestyle. They don't want to have their family be taking a whole lot of medications, but they don't realize that, like, that's what chiropractic is. And so this is your opportunity to educate people on that. And then from there, we're able to take a retargeting offer, which is probably exactly the same as your initial offer, but we specifically show that ad to your tribe. See, we show that to your retargeting audience, and then we're able to funnel them into your office. Now, retargeting, do you guys know who this is? Right, this is not a an aged photo of me of what I'm going to look like with my jeans. This is Jeff Bezos, right? So Jeff Bezos, CEO, I think he just stepped down, but founder of Amazon. How many of you guys have been to Amazon's website and you're looking for, let's say, a new TV? And then you go to Facebook and Instagram, and now you're seeing all these ads for the new TV that Amazon's showing you. So this is the strategy that Amazon does. They're not taking the ad for the TVs and just showing it to everyone in America. No, they're showing it to people that they know are going to be statistically likely to move forward in purchasing that product. So when you do retargeting on your Facebook ads, there's a really high chance that you're actually going to be able to convert them into a lead or convert them into a patient into your office. So retargeting is great. Now, we went over this a little bit on the last presentation, but this is basically kind of going over your levels of awareness. And so you've got people that are very, very aware, like they know you, they like you, they trust you. They've been watching your videos. This would be like retargeting. This would be like people in your tribe and your retargeting audience. And then as you go down, you've got people that are product aware, meaning they know that chiropractic can help them, but they might not be quite in your retargeting audience yet. Same thing with solution aware, like this kind of flows together. And then you got people problem aware. This would be people that have the symptoms that you know that you guys can help with. Obviously back pain, neck pain, headaches, whatever your niche is. And then you've got people that are unaware, that they don't even realize that you are there that can help them. And so if we flip this around, this turns into a marketing funnel, right? And so we're going to kind of go over this a little bit more throughout the presentation, but your cold audience, this is people that are unaware, right? That's what you target when you first start running ads on Facebook. And then as you start doing retargeting, you're targeting further down in your funnel of people that are most aware. So number one is knowing your audience. That's the first strategy. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about fixing your offer. Now, a lot of the times I hear chiropractors say, oh, I don't want to do the low ball chiropractic offer that you guys probably see all tons of chiropractors doing in your town that, hey, $21 for your adjustment and everything like that. I agree. I don't want you to do that either. It is important to have some kind of offer because it's going to give a clear next step to let your Facebook audience basically come into your office, right? You want some kind of offer, and it doesn't have to be giving anything away crazy. The thing is, offers have been around for years and years and years, right? Like people, when they would do, or back before COVID and do screenings and health talks and things like that, you probably had some kind of introductory offer that you would allow those patients to sign up for. And so here's the thing with offers is the higher your price is and the less that you include, the lower the quantity. So the less leads you're going to get, but the leads that you do get, they're going to be pretty high quality. Now, the lower price that you choose and the more things that you include, that is going to be a higher, or you're going to get more leads, higher quantity leads, but they're good chance they're going to be pretty low quality. Like these aren't people that necessarily want you. They don't necessarily want your care. They just want the offer. And so it's important to find something in the middle that is going to be a good mix of quality and quantity. Now, if we go back to this level of awareness, see the up at the top, if you're just doing cold ads, you're not going to get many leads if you have a super high offer price. Whereas if you go down towards the bottom and you're doing retargeting ads, it's okay to have a higher offer price and include less. And you're still going to be able to consistently get these leads in. And so let's go over a few if and then statements to where if you get tons of leads, but they're low quality, then you should consider raising your offer price a little bit because these people that are signing up, they don't want the offer, or they want you. They want the offer and not you because you're getting tons of leads. They just want the offer. And so it might be a good idea to raise your offer price $20 to $30. Or maybe if you're including like a massage or an adjustment or the first treatment or x-rays, maybe consider taking that off. And then from there, there's a good chance that you're going to get less leads, but they're going to be a little bit higher quality. And then if you're here and you're saying, well, Brady, I'm hardly getting any leads. Okay, well, I'm going to say, let's look at your offer because it's probably not resonating with your audience. Hey, Google, turn off music. All right, I don't know why my Google Mini started playing there. Anyways, if you're not getting hardly any leads at all, there's a good chance that your offer is not resonating with your audience. So you might want to consider lowering your offer price or including more. Maybe if you don't include x-rays, on that initial offer, maybe consider doing that. And so there's definitely, like I said earlier, a middle ground to finding a good offer for patients to sign up for. And so number one, know your audience. Number two, fix your offer. And number three, strategies to get higher quality leads and increase your show rates is to actually raise the barrier to entry and pre-qualify your leads. And so if we look back here, with your funnel step, really there's a good chance has to do with your funnel length as well. Meaning if you're just targeting a cold audience and you're not doing much retargeting and you have a very short funnel, meaning you just have leads, put their name, email, and phone number, and then that's it. Well, that might not be the best fit for the ads you're running. So if you're targeting a cold audience, you probably want to have a longer funnel and you might want to have more steps, more barriers to entries, things that you can do to pre-qualify your leads. And there's a better chance that you're going to convert more of your leads that way. So this is a good way to weed out tire kickers and really just focus on getting higher quality leads if you have a longer funnel. So Brady, how do you raise the barrier to entry? Well, to do that is I would recommend replace your opt-in form with some sort of survey. Now, if you're a Chiro Candy client and you want to test this out on your ads, reach out to your account rep and we'll help you set that up. But some of the questions that you can ask on this survey are, what symptoms are you having? How committed are you? What insurance do you have? Or this is a good one for the cash practices out there. We don't accept insurance, but we have cash plans to work with anyone's budget. You still want to proceed? Yes or no? So these are questions that are going to weed out your tire kickers. And so I want to actually go over some pros and cons, and here's a little demo kind of showing you what the survey would look like. So the pros would be you're going to get higher quality leads, right? You're not getting as many tire kickers because if they just want the offer, there's not a really good chance they're going to sit through and answer all the questions, right? They want to be, if they're going through answering all these questions, there's a good chance that they're pretty committed and it's going to be easier for you guys to convert them. And so every time they answer a question, they're actually they're making little micro commitments. Especially if you have a dozen questions, every single question they're thinking, oh, well, I already answered the other 4, so I might as well keep going. And from there, if you have some kind of prepayment page or, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you have some kind of online scheduling page, they're going to be a lot more likely to move forward and choose a day and time for that appointment because they're thinking, oh, I already answered the dozen questions. I might as well stick with this and keep going and move forward with it. Now, the cons with doing this is you're not going to get nearly as many leads. In fact, we've got an office here in the Houston area. When they first signed up with us, they were getting a ton of leads and they didn't want to change their offer. So I said, hey, let's add the survey. And their lead costs dropped by about 50%, but they were getting way higher quality leads after we added this survey. So you're going to get less leads and there's a good chance that your cost per lead is going to go up, but like the pros are, you're going to get a lot higher quality leads. And so one more thing that I actually don't have on here, so this is going to be a bonus, is adding a online booking page. And so what this goes over is basically, and I have actually got this on another funnel down here or another slide down here. So we can actually just go over that then. So let's just keep going. Number 4, follow-up hacks. And so just different follow-up hacks. And so things to keep in mind when you're following up with your leads to help increase your show rates is speed is key, right? Remember what I said earlier, whenever I was looking for a chiropractor for my pregnant wife, I ended up just going with whoever the first person that was able to follow up with me. And so when you're reaching out and following up with your leads, the time is very important. Also, there's so much automation out there nowadays. Try to automate what you can. And then if you can, get a credit card over the phone. So we're actually going to go over all of these here in a second. But speed is key. And now Chiro Candy clients that have gone through our training, you've seen this before, but basically your response time really, really does impact the lead conversion percentage. And so you can take a look at this to where if you're able to follow up with a lead within a minute, there's a 394% chance that you're going to be able to convert them. Whereas if you move down to 24 hours, that drops all the way down to 17%. So just keep in mind the speed of your follow-up is key. And so if you are a Chiro Candy client, I would encourage you and your team to go ahead and download the Chiro Candy app on your phone. It's awesome. It's great because every time a lead signs up, you can just get on your phone and actually reach out to the lead, either text them or even call them through the Chiro Candy app. That way the lead gets a call from the Chiro Candy app phone number that's set up in your local area code and not just giving them your personal cell phone. So I would recommend using the Chiro Candy app if you can. And then also try to automate what you can. Now, here's the thing. Right now at Chiro Candy, with the Chiro Candy app, we have a semi-automated process to where as leads sign up, they do get text messages encouraging them to either choose a day and time online or reach out to you guys. But this does not replace human interaction. Like this is not a replacement for actually getting on the phone and following up with the leads. So here's what I was actually talking about earlier is online booking. Now, online booking is great. Now, one of the biggest objections that I have when I talk to chiropractors about online booking is, well, the calendar doesn't integrate with our EHR. So what happens if, the lead books for Thursday at 12, but we already have another new patient scheduled at Thursday at 12? That's okay. Because the verbiage that you should use on booking calendars is please request an appointment below, and one of our team members will call you soon to confirm. So here, what happens now is they're actually choosing a day and time that they want to come in for an appointment, and then you just set your availability based on what you guys are typically able to see week by week for new patients. And so now when you and your team call these leads to get them confirmed for an appointment, it's a lot easier to call them to confirm rather than just having to chase them down just to get them scheduled, period. Especially because we told them to be expecting a phone call from your team, because I'll be honest, I'm the same way, but if I get a phone call from a number I don't recognize, there's a good chance I'm not going to answer it. Whereas if it's pretty recently after I signed up for something and I requested an appointment online, there's actually a lot better chance that they're going to answer the phone whenever they call. Now, here's the thing. We are going to be launching a fully automated program to where you guys never have to call a Facebook lead again. And so we've been testing this out with a few clients, and we're wanting to make some changes. And so what this would do is leads would be able to schedule online and or with an AI texting chatbot to where they're able to text back and forth to book their appointment. And this would basically replace you and your team having to follow up with leads. So you guys would never have to call another Facebook lead again. It's a very hands-off approach. And plus you're saving a lot on payroll because you're not having to pay your team to chase down all these leads. You're letting Chiro Candy do it for you. And so we're not going to charge you like $3,000 a month to get into this program. It would be actually pay per show, to where if the Chiro Candy robot gets a Facebook lead to show up, you would just be charged a little bit for every patient that shows up for that. So we're planning to actually launch a beta program for this. Like we've already got some in, but we're actually opening up registration. And so if you want to apply to be in this beta program, you can go to chirocandy.com/beta. Just answer a few questions. And now keep in mind, we're not going to let everyone that applies into the beta program, but once we do have it fully open to anyone that wants to do it, we will work something out to where you can have this as well. So fully automation is really cool. And we are, like I said, working on getting that set up to where you would never even have to call the Facebook lead again. You would just let us handle all the follow-up for you. So number 4 was follow-up hacks. And number 5 is getting leads that are actually looking for a chiropractor. So this is something that we always say is Facebook's is just like a screening, to where no one goes to the farmer's market or the bridal expo looking for a chiropractor, right? But before COVID, you could go to the bridal expo and farmer's market every weekend and get some patients from it, right? But the thing is, not every single person that you guys talk to at the bridal expo ends up becoming a patient, just like how every Facebook lead doesn't end up becoming a patient. But you got to definitely know the numbers there. But that being said, Facebook leads are not necessarily looking for a chiropractor, but the people that are looking for a chiropractor are people that find you on Google. So maybe you heard me talking about the the importance of follow-up speed once someone goes to your website and fills out a form, and you're sitting there saying, Brady, we don't even get anyone that goes to our website. Well, if you have really low SEO, and if I search, chiropractor and then the name of your town, and you're not even on the first page, or maybe you just want to make sure you're at the top, we are offering Google ad services. This is amazing because your Google leads typically are going to convert 80% higher than Facebook leads, because these are people that are looking for you. And now you can't just send them to your website. It's important to have a funnel that has a clear next step, because your website, you got so much going on. You got a section, you've got the schedule and hours, you've got probably the different symptoms that chiropractic helps with. There's so much going on, and that's why it's important to have some kind of funnel set up that guides these Google leads to becoming a new patient in your office. Now, the thing is with Google ads, a lot of the times your cost per lead is going to be higher, but that being said, your quality lead is great. And with Google ads, it's a lot different than Facebook ads, to where you can consistently get a dozen or more new patients from Google, but you only got to spend between $500 and $800 a month on the actual ad spend. And so that's money that goes to Google. And so most of our Google clients get anywhere from 15 to 30 Google leads a month. And that might sound low, but 80% of 15 on the low end, that's 12 new patients that these clients are converting by doing Google ads. And so that, plus it is great for retargeting. Like seriously, guys, if imagine every single person that goes to your website now, when they go to Facebook or Instagram, they're seeing you, they're seeing your educational content. And so it's very important to, have a source to build up that retargeting audience, and Google ads are a great way to do that. Now, if you want us to do your Google ads, if you're already a Chiro Candy client, it's only an additional $350 a month. If you want to learn more, have questions, feel free to reach out to Travis. You can go to chirocandy.com/call with Travis, or reach out to your account rep. We'll be able to help you. And so that's something really cool to get leads that are actually looking for a chiropractor, because they don't go to Facebook to look for a chiropractor. They're going to go to Google. And it's very important to show up at the very top of those rankings. You can easily do that with some Google ads. So now, number 6 is actually getting leads to prepay online. This is awesome. 5 years ago, we probably didn't even have the tools readily available that we do today to make this happen. But this is awesome, because if a lead pays online before their appointment, you're basically guaranteeing that they're not going to no-show, okay? And so here's the thing, the most common mistake people make is you can't just require an online payment whenever they sign up. Like, you can't just be like, all right, step 1, give me your name, email, and phone number. Step 2, hand over your credit card. You're going to have a very low conversion rate of prepayment if that's all you do. And another thing to keep in mind is it's really hard to do prepayment, period, if you have an offer price over $50. Now, here's the thing. I would rather collect less on that first visit than have to deal with a whole bunch of no-shows, right? So I would rather collect less for that initial offer if I know they're going to show up for an appointment, because they got some skin in the game. So the thing is, the secret to getting online prepayment is actually incentivizing that prepayment. Okay, and so here's what I mean. So here's actually an example of our prepayment page. And so you could say, after someone signs up, you could say, hey, when you prepay and schedule online, we'll include x-rays at no additional cost. And you can say, hey, it's $137 value. And then right there, you've got a calendar set up to where you're able to collect prepayment for your offer. So this is great, because you probably, let's say you were running an ad for, and we're actually going to go over that here with the funnel. What that looks like is, let's say you're running a Facebook ad and it's $47 for the exam and x-rays. Well, just take off the x-rays on the Facebook ad, don't even mention it, and then leave that on the landing page, let leads sign up, and then get to the scheduling page, say, hey, if you prepay online, we'll give you x-rays at no additional cost. The secret was you were going to do that anyways, but now you were able to collect prepayment because you incentivized that. And so that being said too, you can either offer additional service. I've got chiropractors that say, hey, we'll give you your first adjustment if they prepay. They'll say, hey, we'll give you your first spinal decompression therapy if you prepay. Or we also have clients that say, hey, we'll give you an additional $20 off if you prepay online. So that would be, if you have a $47 exam, once they get to this page, say, hey, it's only $27 exam. It's only $27 if you prepay. And so you would actually do this with Stripe. And so you can go to stripe.com. It's just an online credit card processor. It's really easy to get set up. And then our team can help you integrate all of that into your funnels. And so even if you're not using ChiroCandy, like, this is something that you can use in-house to start getting prepayment and having patients actually pay before they ever even get on the phone with you. And one more thing I actually forgot to add on this is you can actually do prepayment over the phone. So let me see, chirocandy.com/script. So if you go to chirocandy.com/script, it's going to take you to this PDF. And this is actually a script that you and your team can use to collect prepayment over the phone. And so it kind of goes over handling objections if a patient doesn't want to give their card over the phone. And it's just a great way for you guys to talk to leads on the phone and actually get their prepayment online. So there's 2 options with prepayment. You can do it online or over the phone. So feel free to use this. Again, that was chirocandy.com/script. Okay. And so moving on, number 7 is our new secret lead gen tool. Guys, this has honestly been a game changer in our own company, and there's no reason that chiropractic offices can't do the same thing. And it's funny because it is so incredibly simple. Here it is. You see it? Let me zoom in a little bit. This is it. It's adding a little chat widget on your website. It is crazy. We added this to our websites, all of our web pages, about 2 weeks ago, and we've probably gotten on average at least 5 messages from this a day. Okay, and so I want to actually show you what this looks like to where if you come to our website, this is just chirocandy.com, and way down here, do y'all guys see it? We've got a little question and it says, "Hi there, have a question? Text Billy here." And so you click on this and it says, "Enter your question," and I'll get right back with you. Get your name and phone number, and then type in your message, send it off, and boom. Now, every single person that works at Chiro Candy just got a notification on their phone that someone just sent in a text message. And so there's no reason you can't do this on your website. Like I said earlier, I went and I went to like 7 different chiropractors' websites. I filled out so many things, and only one person got back with me within the same day. So this is just an awesome resource that you guys can start using, and it's literally free. Like we don't charge you anything extra to do this. And so we actually just added a new video inside of our training portal. So if you're a client, you can go to our training portal. We walk you through how to set this up, but it literally shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to get set up. And the thing is, this creates a very, very low barrier to entry. And like we said earlier, people that are on your website, these are people that are looking for you. And so it is a great way to get those high quality leads, the people on your website, and you're not having to pay anything extra. And it's a great way for you guys to text back and forth with them. And so these are getting leads straight from your website, and it is free. In fact, there's a little demo showing how to set that up on your Chiro Candy app. And if you're not a Chiro Candy client, you can either become a Chiro Candy client and we'll help you set it up. Or if you just want access to the Chiro Candy app, these are all the things it comes with. Pretty cool. Texting, online scheduling, all of our funnels. You get an app that you can download on your phone, access it from desktop. You can actually get a free 14-day trial going to this website, app.chirocandy.com. It's only $250 a month. But yeah, guys, that is just about it. Those are the 7 strategies to getting higher quality leads and increasing your show rates. So go ahead and send some messages in the chat. We're going to be doing a bit of a Q&A session. And from there, if you have any questions at all, if you want to talk about potentially us helping you with your marketing, helping you actually get higher quality leads. If you are an existing client, reach out to your account rep. We are here to help. We want to do everything we can and implement some of these strategies on your account to get you those higher quality leads. But if you're not an existing Chiro Candy client and you want to chat, feel free to go to chirocandy.com/schedule. And so now let's go and open the floor to some Q&As.
Okay. Andrew asked if our fee is $250. No, our fee, if you're just doing Facebook and Instagram, it's $15.95 for the first month, and then after that, it's only $5.95. $250 is for those if you want to do your marketing yourself, but you want to use our app. Our app comes with a lot of things already built out for chiropractors, a lot of funnels and stuff that you can already access. Brady, if you want to talk about that, you can.
Yeah, and so if you're a Chiro Candy client, get the app included in your service. But if you're not and you are a marketing guru and you want to do it yourself, we just make that available to you if you wanted to. And so that being said, there's not much training on how to do Facebook ads and integrate stuff. Like, yes, we do have a help center and we've got a development team that are there to help you with support with the app. But if you really wanted like to do your own Facebook ads and wanted to take care of that, we do have an entry-level course, and this is mainly for people that we might not be a good fit for to do their ads for. So like if you are just at a chiropractic school and you just opened your own practice and you want to keep overhead low and do your own Facebook ads, that's who this program's for. Or if you've maybe been in practice for a while, but your numbers are down from COVID, let's say, and you can't maybe afford to pay a marketing person every month, you can go to chiropracticmarketinguniversity.com. It's Chiropractic Marketing University. This is an online course that teaches you how to, just do some really cool things and do your own Facebook ads. And if you wanted to, I'm actually going to give you guys, if you're on this call or you're watching the replay, I'm actually going to give you guys a discount. So we normally sell this program for $2,000, but I would love to give anyone out there watching this a 50% discount. Or it's only $1,000 for that training program. If you want, you can just schedule a call with me. It's you can just go to chirocandy.com/call with Brady. I'm gonna send that in the chat. Just chirocandy.com/call with Brady. If you want the discount on the marketing course, we can help you out with it. but most people that go through this course, they get their numbers up, and then we end up just doing it for them once they get the revenue in. So that's who that's for. But yeah, who's got some other questions? See, Whitney says, for those of you who are not using Kyra Candy, saw a huge growth last year during COVID. We largely attributed it to Kyra Candy Facebook leads. Thank you so much, Whitney. We're happy to help.
It looks like David and Celeste asked, can you help us get this set up on our website? If you're talking about using the chat widget and stuff, yes, just reach out to either Brady or me after this, and we can help you get this set up.
Yeah, so with the chat widget, guys, it's really easy to set up, and we even have a new training module inside the or it's in Chiropractic Marketing University, and it's just in your training portal that we give you once you become a client, showing you how to set it up. And it's literally just it spits out a thing of code, and you can send it over to your web developer and put it on your website, and boom, it's there. It's very, very simple to set up. Curtis asked if Google ads set up in yeah, so CMU, Chiropractic Marketing University, just goes over Facebook ads. That's a great idea, though. We don't have any training for Google ads, but that would be something that we're definitely looking to add. And so at the moment, no, but I'm not opposed to adding some training sessions on doing Google ads on there as well.
Yeah, so for Google, what happened is, right now, we're working with roughly 270 offices that we handle all their Facebook and Instagram ads for. And then we actually, last year, just started with a handful of our offices started doing Google ads. I think we maybe have 30 offices doing Google ads. And they've really been doing pretty phenomenal. We're working on putting together a couple of case studies right now. And we are, as a matter of fact, the webinar that we're going to do the end of next month. So last month we did a webinar on just planning out your marketing for this year. This month we're doing this one on, strategies for higher quality leads and better show rates. Next month is going to be focused more on Google. We're going to be covering some Google review tips, and then also how to do some Google ads and the benefits and stuff like that. So it's really good stuff.
Yep. So a few more questions in the chat. Andrew asked if we're going to be emailing the link to this call. I'm assuming you mean the playback recording. Yes, if you registered for this webinar, you're going to send out the replay to everyone that registered. So whether you're on here or not, if you're watching the replay, you probably already got the email with the link to this video. So Legacy asked what the 50% off was for. So that is for our marketing course that teaches you how to run your own Facebook ads. And in fact, it actually goes over you actually get a promo code to 50% off the Kyra Candy app as well, which is what the course goes over, how to manage the Kyra Candy app and set up Facebook ads for that. So that's just a course if you want to do some Facebook ads yourself. But like I said, most people that go through that training program, once they get their numbers up, and they end up just hiring us to manage their ads after a few months anyways.
Yeah. So we really don't want this to be a sales webinar. I mean, our goal is just to provide a bunch of value. But for those, we would love for you to work with us if you're not, obviously. What we realized, and hopefully you're like this too, not everybody that walks in your door are your ideal patients, right? Like sometimes you're like, you know what? I think you should go see the guy right down the street because you just know that they're not necessarily a good fit. And we knew that too. So typically, like Brady mentioned, if someone is straight out of school and their volume's not there, well, we don't want them to pay us, right? One, they have the time to do marketing on their own. And so that's kind of who the course is for. Or some of these bigger offices where they already have a big team, they have people on staff that could handle the marketing. So that's really who the course is for.
Nikki Bug asked a question about, can we see the traffic to the website as well and reach out to those people, or are we only able to communicate if they choose to use the chatbot? Yeah. So all that is it's a pop-up. So that number 7 was just a secret. It's just a pop-up that you can add to your website as well as all your landing pages, and it'll prompt these people that are visiting to send you guys a text. And then from there, you're able to respond with the Chiro Candy app. And so there's other services out there that do that if you're not a Chiro Candy client, but they charge like a ridiculous amount. Like I know Podium's one and their fee's really high. But like the Chiro Candy, if you're just getting the Chiro Candy app, it also includes all our funnels and online scheduling, and there's a lot more there. Now, it's not the chat widget's not going to show you all the traffic that goes to your website. It's just going to show you the people that, texted in a question. And so it gives you an opportunity to have a conversation with them. And there's been several times over the past 2 weeks where I'm just going throughout my day, doing my thing, and I get a notification that someone sent in a little question, and I'll stop what I'm doing and just respond. It's a great way to not lose those leads that go to your website, but maybe you guys don't have a website optimized to funnel those new patients in as new patients. And so it's just a great way for you guys to connect with your Facebook and I say Facebook, just anyone that goes to your website without, having to pay a lot of money for any kind of special software or any custom code or anything. We give it to you. And so, yeah, thanks for the info. You are welcome. And so does anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, we can go ahead and wrap up. I think you are muted. There you go.
Yes, I was. If you're not in the Facebook group, it is, you can just search Chiropractic Marketing University. And there's 2 different groups. There's one for the people who actually bought the course, and then there's one that's a free group. Some of our clients are in there and some are not clients, but that's where we typically put these trainings, and we do some special things like that in there. So
David had a really good comment saying that the chat widget, I'm assuming that's what you're providing for, makes your organization look a lot professional and bigger than it really is. And I agree with that. So anyone that goes through and messages like Chiro Candy on the chat bot, as you notice, it said, "Hey, text Billy here." They're really not texting Billy. So you could put, text Dr. John here, and the patients think, "Oh my gosh, I can actually text Dr. John? Like, is this really?" So there's almost like some curiosity in there to where you'll probably get some patients that text in there to see if they're actually texting Dr. John. And so it's just a really cool feature. But yeah. So presentations need to be slide on the Google Docs. Yeah, we'll get all that figured out. I'm not sure exactly what link it was, Dad. Webinar slides.
Yeah, I changed it. It should, if you go back now, you should have access to it. I had to change the restrictions on there, but if somebody can test that out.
I just tested it and it did not work. So we'll get it figured out as soon as we're done here. We'll take a look at it, and we'll make sure that you guys have access to that. And then once we have that updated, we'll post in the Facebook group. And then, you know what, we could probably even include a link to the slides in the email that we send out with a replay. So.
Okay.
So.
All right.
For scheduling, yeah, so you can just go to chirocandy.com/schedule. And then that'll just have you choose the day and time that you want to talk, answer some questions about your office, and we look forward to speaking with you. So hope you guys found this presentation valuable. If no one else has any questions, or Dad, do you have anything else to add?
Yes, what I would like to do, if there are some certain things that you would like to see us cover in some of these webinars, let us know. Reach out to us, say, "Hey, well, I would love to learn more about, XYZ." If it's something that's in our wheelhouse, we'll definitely do a training on. If it's not, we're not just going to make stuff up. But so next month, we're going to be covering one on Google ads, and just different things you can do with Google. And then in April, we're going to be talking about writing a book. So if you want to write a book, if you've thought about writing a book, and we don't use these as, you're not trying to make money from the book. It's not about being a bestseller. It's about having a fancy business card and how you can use that in your practice. And we've helped. That's actually what we started off doing. We started off helping chiropractors write books. And one of our book clients back in probably 2015 asked us to do some Facebook ads for him, and we did, and it started working, and then he started referring people to us, and that's kind of how this grew. But we probably still do probably 5 or 6 books a month for clients. So we're going to talk about that for April. And then anything, we don't have anything scheduled for May yet. But if there are certain things that you would like us to cover, just reach out to us or in the Facebook group saying, hey, I'd love for you to cover this. But like I said, we want to be doing these once a month, and we want it to be as valuable as we can. So, all right. Anything else? John Wilkins, I did see your message. Dr. Tim, he's a super cool guy. I will send you an email and we'll schedule a call so you can get started. Anybody else? I guess that's it.
All right, guys.
So we are done. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to join us, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Yep. And we will be sending out a replay of this video as well as the webinar slides. So be on the lookout for that. You guys have a great one.